Ah, who cares about the timer? Hello, hello. I'm all done, and I'm alone today. Mike partied a little bit too hard, got sick, and yeah, so now he's resting. So I had nothing really to do. We had a speed sculpt planned, but might have been a fun one to do with Mike. And since I'm a little bit behind on on a project that will take forever and ever, but yeah, so I thought like let's work on this little guy. Last week we had a question on how to start sculpting and where to go from the model that we had, which was really fun. But we also ended up doing nothing really, nothing on our own project. So yeah, I made one single muscle, the orbicularis oculi, and it looks a bit odd right now. Let me just grab all my other stuff, my reference books. Could have done it when the timer was running, but no. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, let's just relax and see where we end up for today. No timer whatsoever. Let's see if we can mirror this eye to the other side. Let me just duplicate this one. Then we're gonna press mirror. Ugh. Ah, that's why. Okay. It's been angled in such a way that it just becomes very weird. You know, let me just use the transpose tool for that. Rotate it. Yeah. I do have audio? Yeah, okay, I do have audio. Just in case. Hello, Cucumber. How you doing? I'm glad you're here. Without Mike, it's always so lonely. I'm doing fine, yeah. Going to have a nice relaxing day, making some muscles. And yeah, see where we end up. Okay, so we got those two. Let's merge those together. Merge down. There it is. Okie doke. Yeah. Can smooth those out. That'll be fine. It's missing a bit of a nose and the mouth. Also very important. Yeah, this should have been a birthday stream for Mike, but no. No. He's too sick to come online today. Sick on his birthday, yeah. Wait a minute. That's not the color that I want. Let's go over all these bones right now. Just give them a bit of a color. Happy 70th to Mike. Yes, definitely. He's pretty much 70 years old now. In Mike years, definitely. All the vertebrae all separate. Why are they all separate? I will clean this up on another date. I will though. because this is a bit cumbersome. I merged those all together. I think it was 2 weeks ago when it was finally done. And because some of them have multiple subdivisions and others don't, then yeah, it was a bit of a mess. And the model was just way too big. And I still haven't done anything about the shoulder blades and the arms. So let's not do those today. Let's focus on the face and see where we end up. See all those. And a hand. And another hand. Oh, and what's this? Oh, his kneecaps. Okay. Hey Marlo, how you doing? I am, yeah. Cause day and night, the lonely Brahmoso seems to free his mind at night. He's on the move, can't seem to shake the shade. Within his dreams, he sees sculpts he's made. Yes. It's very poetic, very dramatic as well. Why isn't that doing it? Yeah. And guitarist is here as well. Oh man, how's everyone doing? I'm doing fine. I was going to have some fun with some muscles. Finally. It's been so long. Let me just grab that color and paint that one as well. Today I will be making the, well, continue working on the anatomy model, since Mike isn't here. We had a quite a fun speed sculpt for today, but then I heard he was a bit poorly, so we're just gonna save that one for another time. And my lure was plagiarizing Kid Cudi. Who's that? Who's Kid Cudi? No one would ever. Ah, an American rapper. Okay, cool. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? I mean, eventually it will work, but at the same time, I'm just gonna... Oh no. Just keep continuing telling myself, what am I doing? Well... Remember the one that goes day and night? Maybe? I'm very bad with music. I like it. I listen to it quite a lot. Constantly even, but I'm not sure what I'm listening to. I will listen to it when the stream's over. Or you can post it in the music tab that we have. How do mouths work? How does the orbicularis oris work? Yeah, just have to think a little bit. Definitely not like that. It's more like pretty much lips, isn't it? All the other muscles that connected to it, but where? There it is. The lip muscles, yes. Yeah, we'll listen to it when the stream's over. Just so we don't get copyrighted. Let's turn off pretty much everything of those, the muscles of the bones, even, because we don't need those. Just need to have the head right now. All the other things are in the way. I don't need that either. There's a better way of doing this. Am I smart enough to remember which way it is, though? Which way that could be? Maybe if I do this and then if just flip it, just not really flip it, but rotate it. So we got a top lip and then rotate it and have a bottom lip. Who knows? Who knows? At least it's a lot rounder, so that's cool. That's nice. It is, yes, only one way to find out. Let's do this there. Just there we go. He's done. Before I do that, let's undo that a bit. So we still have that mask going. Yeah. Now we have a polygroup of the upper lip and a lower lip. That will come in handy later, I believe. Yep. Yeah, definitely. He got stung by a bee. I mean, they do eat insects. So it probably happens. A lot more than you think it would. Does it say how high that goes up? Pretty much to his nose. Okay, cool. And grab a little head. It's the same one that's on my the anatomy model that I usually use. Yeah, and then we got the chin bits. Cool. This will be a lot of noodling today, so has his mouth open a bit, so it would be a bit odd if his lips were still together, right? Corner a bit sharper. It's a bit odd that this one is all the way up there and that one is nice in the middle. Can I tweak that? Should I put the effort into that? No, let's not. I'm just going to do this. Yeah. There. Better. And I will remesh that a bit later. Let's make it a bit lighter, just because we can. The mime just to check for myself how lips work. I don't think those should be that low. Show a little bit, maybe these ones a bit more. Hey, Coca-Cola. Do monkeys have similar facial muscles? Yes, yes they do. In fact, most mammals do. The anatomy is It's very similar to what we have. The biggest difference is in the limbs. For instance, what you would see when if Mike was here as well. Maybe on Thursday he will be back. Yeah, the lower arms where, you know, our hands are connected to. An elk that Mike's making doesn't have that. They just have a couple of toes, but these very big ones. The front and middle finger, really. But besides that, pretty much the same. Just different proportions. Just different lengths. There are here and there a couple of changes. Some muscles are a bit bigger than others. Some are connected to a slightly different rib. But that's about it. So, yeah. As far as anatomy goes, this monkey will be pretty much the same. Which is good, because I picked this one initially because, well, Mike wanted to do an anatomy of an animal. And I picked this one because I wasn't too 100% convinced it's my human anatomy. So I just, you know, picked the closest one. Besides, you know, doing a chimpanzee or a bonobo or something like that. I've been studying for quite a while now. It's been interesting to see. Yeah, it is. Yeah, the anatomy one. It's a fun one to do. Are there mods around? I don't think we have got mods. What's going on? I don't see anything. Oh, okay. Now I do. Yeah. Did you read the article that human fingers evolved from fish butts? No, I didn't. I always thought they evolved from fins. The fun thing, though, that we still have from our fishy days is what we're actually looking at a little bit over here. There's our teeth. The very first teeth, they were made from very hard scales that they had. They barely had any jaws, right? Back then, like I remember, but yeah, and scales from a shark and stuff like that has a very similar structure to it, to our teeth. And those scales, those yeah, the shark skin is made out of what they call dentin, like dentistry. Yeah, that's it. It don't know if it's a weird coincidence or not, but will be fun. Then we got some very evolved fish kills in our mouth. Evolved is not maybe the right word for that, but. Something's off. I think it's that little corner that I made there, where the canines are, I'm making it too narrow on his little face. Let's keep it with this. Let's see if we can balance this out a bit. since I'm doing everything asymmetrically, because I hate myself, really. And I feel that he also needs to have a little bit of a nose. How am I going to do that nose? Just give him a clown's nose like that. And we're done. The nose isn't made out of muscle, I'm very well aware. But he will look a bit odd if he doesn't have one. Yeah, grab a reference. Pure ref. Yes. Anatomy. Let's go to my little guys. There's one. Oh, like that's a totally different nose than what I'm making. Also, his little mouth has a lot more muscle to it. So let's hide this one. And go back over here. There's a lot more going, a lot more volume. So let's just use the inflate real quick. Creates a little bit of a muzzle. I'm doing it almost the human way, where it's just very close to this. Close to the skull. And that nose also kind of blends into that muzzle shape. Yeah. Looks weird again. So this little guy also needs to inflate. It kind of just blends into here. Well, shape-wise, not muscle-wise, just shape-wise. I think I did something wrong. Because this needs to go in that direction. But then the lip needs to be going over there as well, in this direction. Maybe I should just sculpt a quick head over this guy. Just so I can play around with the volumes a bit easier. and get that mouth going. He looks odd right now. Yeah, I am making it from the ground up. It's kind of part of the assignment that we gave ourselves, part of the challenge. We did a similar project 2 years ago when we were making a dwarf, and we thought it would be fun if we did the anatomy there as well. Like, oh yeah, we can do this. It'll be nice and quick. So as a little palate cleanser before we go to the next project, the dwarf, let's just use that anatomy. Use a bit of anatomy warm up. Just make some muscles, and yeah, just work that into that dwarf. And I go, yeah, that's a good idea. And then we spent almost a year on it and never finished it. It was pretty fun though. The skeleton that I made for my dwarf was a lot more simple. Just like that one flip normals course, you have to be a little bit more precise. They have a lot on their side. Yeah, I'm just going to hide everything. And I'm going to take that skull. And I will duplicate. Yes, and duplicate. And you know what? Also duplicate the teeth, why not? Merge down. Yes, yes, yes. Ooh. Attention. Don't need that. Turn on. No, turn. Keep the head turned on. But I will dynamish everything. Okay, and let's see if we can make this into Squirrel Monkey. It's just so I can guess the volumes a little bit easier. Instead of making everything muscle by muscle. I still will, but then I can use this as a guide. Otherwise I'll be going too much back and forth between all the different kinds of muscles that I have. Let's make that a nice red color again. There, yes. Very alien-like, but he will do. He will do. It's a bit of a different approach, but let's see where we end up. Mm. Let's work on those eyes as well. Otherwise, he will just keep looking odd. Bit more brow. Quite a bit more brow. If it ever looks like I know what I'm doing, that's all fake. I've got no idea. Let's fill in those eyes. Well, just inflate. Yeah, that's good. It's well, it's not good, but it's good enough. Ugh. Slowly shaking my own head. What if I project all without the color? Then I would have the same, or very close to the skull again. And I'm trying to create a bit more of a volume shape around those, around the skull at the moment, just so I can figure out how that muzzle works, but I'm a bit struggling. It's fine. I already had a full day of work today, so that's just gonna blame it on that. We will get there eventually, though. No worries. Yeah. Got a nostril there, nostril there. And it's already a lot closer. Doesn't need to be perfect. I'm just going to try at least figure out how big those lips should be, how big the nose should be, because the lips and the nose kind of flow into the same shape. And I'm also seeing that kind of does that in my reference pictures that I have. There's a bit of a dent right here, the bridge of the nose, then it goes forward. And also take into account that currently my little mouth that he has is closed, even though I made it open, so it's a bit stretched. See if we can do something about that. Just to see. We know that this works at least, so if it doesn't, we can always go back. There. Some little teeth. Smooth those out. Maybe has some very thicker lips, a lot thicker than I would expect him to have, which, you know, could be. That. Yeah. Okay. And then we got that, and then we got that. Oh, okay. I think I got what I wanted. I do like the noodling that I'm doing now, though. I should make muscles. Yes. But it's at least a lot more monkey shaped. And yeah, let's see if we can use that. Figure out also how that nose works though. That might be a little bit important as well. Because then the lips, let's just dynamesh that again, just because we can. Kind of work from here-ish, go all the way over there. Do that, and then go over here. Just have a little divot there and just go underneath here. Nothing there. Something like that, because then we got the nose over here. And the nose is made out of a couple of parts. Iketris, hello, how you doing? Good to see you here. Okay, we got one nostril there, and we got one nostril there. And then we got a bit of a shape going over there, and that goes into here. Let's find some better reference for myself. Nose anatomy. The tiny head is a little bit more difficult to see. To see the different shapes. This could work, and that one as well. That one could work, and maybe even this one. Perfect. Cool. Okay, so we have a little bit more of an idea how it should look. I'm not gonna put too much effort into this because I want to make them all separate. Yeah. Yeah, we need some work. Let's grab this little guy, turn off those lips again. And let's put them right here. Okay. What's happening? What's the... Oh, there. Okay. Hmm? Could also go into an older save where I haven't posed it yet. Make the face there in symmetry, and then pose the just put the entire clump of subtools and put it here. That could work as well, wouldn't? Could have done that. Let's work on that nose again. Nose, there he is. Yeah, now that I'm looking a little bit closer to that reference picture. There's some semblance of what I need to make. With a lot of difficulty, you can kind of see where the nose ends and where the lip starts. Yep. Let's start with the face. It'll be fine. Yep. This isn't though. That isn't fine. It's either something like this and stuff happens over here. It's a bit odd that such an open space. Or I've made the wrong skull. It's a cool skull though. But, you know. Would be a bit of an odd one to find out right now at this part of the project that I've made the wrong skull. What's the first thing that I made? Why isn't it fitting the way I want? What's happening? Because that curve that he has is non-existent right now. There. This one has something of that. Yeah, okay, okay. I think that picture that had the lighting made it look a lot more than it actually was. Let's undo a couple of steps, put that back. There. Yeah, it's somewhat there. Move. Yeah, that's fine. Move that back to the skull, because that's where it belongs. And this guy over here just does that. That makes a lot more sense, does it? How do noses work? You see them every day. And yet, every time I confuse myself. How does a nose look? So we got a couple of nostrils. And I know that these nostrils are somewhat there and there. Might get a bit broader. Maybe I'll do it right now. There. We got the base of the nose. Right there. We'll get there eventually, bit by bit. And then, if we just make that line, you know what? Just let's remesh this little guy. Let's remove those nostrils. Remesh there. Yes. Right down the middle. Then we had our nostrils right over here and right over there. Maybe little bit more symmetrical. Then we got one part of the nostril that kind of goes over here. Becomes the outer flare-ish bit of the nose. Am I doing this correctly then? This guy for I think. Using reference from a human nose, so since the shape is so different. It's a bit of searching, but I think it's that one. Okay. And then we got this guy that goes from there. And that goes all the way there. And it kind of makes that shape. Okay. It's just for myself, just to kind of guess where all the parts are and how they deform. And then I got these parts that go right there and go right there. And then some filler there and there. Yeah. Okay, that could work as a nose. Okay, and let's undo all of that again. Yep. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I think I will use that idea to make this one symmetrical. What is the best way to do that? I could just append the skull and just move everything later with the T-pose mesh. For a very brief thought, I had the idea to make that into a separate, the skull and the head into a separate subtool, and use a micro mesh to load that in as an instance. But as quickly as that thought came, I also completely forgot about why that would have been a good idea. Because it's like, hey, that would be a good idea. But why? Why would I do that? Yeah. Now I know. Because then I can keep it symmetrical in the head subtool. Not even subtool, it's a Z tool. Separate Z tool. And still orientated in the position that I want, right here in this scene. So it could always work in symmetry on the head in that case. That sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? Let's just see if I can do that. I'm not going to completely redo what I've got over here anyway. So let's go to the head. Yes. No, wait, not to the head, to an older piece, 16, 18 even, load. Yes. Yes, my little boy. All straight. The mouth isn't open yet, but we can deal with that later. And I will remove everything, delete all, yes, delete all, yes, delete all. all those weeks of work. Just gonna delete everything. I'm gonna make a giraffe now. I'm done with monkeys. There. Okay. Nope. You know what? I want to make that a bit lighter. Just because I can. Okay, and that one has 3 subdivisions. That one has 4, that one has 3. Why is this one has 4? Okay. That one has 3, that one has 3. You know what? Delete lower. No, you also have 3. Okay, and now because they're all 3, I can merge everything down and still have all my subdivisions. For some reason all those teeth are separate. Okay. Now we got these to my polygroups. It's fine. I'm going to pick my eyes. No, it's a weird sentence to say. Just gonna pick my eyes. Put these guys there, or at least one of them. If you think of why all of a sudden does this eye seem to be bigger than it was before, even though you didn't scale it, it's because I scaled that head up a bit when I was posing it. Okay, a slightly larger head makes him a little bit cuter, right? And it's a cute little animal, so I opted for that. Okay, so we got that one and mirror and weld. So we got the other one. Perfect. Symmetry on. Push that a bit inside. Don't want them to be too bulgy. And let's save this as an enemy head 01. Okay, let's see if I can figure out still how that works. So we got these, and then we go back here. And then we're gonna need a plane. Somewhere. There, I got a plane. What an odd orientation. Well, my head is in an odd orientation. Oh, okay, yeah, there it is. Yeah, okay. I know what's up again. I just want to have one face. That will be more than enough. Delete hidden. Put that there. How did I make that happen again? I used it for the eyes of my dwarf. So let's just take a quick peek there. Yet again. Oh, oh. Yeah. There. 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 Bum, bum, ba-dun, dun. Put the eyes right here. And it's not a nanomesh. Oh no, wait, yeah, I turned that off because it wasn't working the way I wanted it to do. Let's go to 30, a couple of steps back, but no, yes, maybe that is still working right here. Nope. Also a Dynamesh version of that, which is fine. Let's go even further back. 20. Ah! Yeah, it is a nanomesh. But how did I turn on the nanomesh? It's oh no, wait, there, insert nanomesh, there we go. Plop. There it is, I remember. But why is it a cube? Place current nanomesh from current brush. So I have to make this guy into a nanomesh? I don't need that. Trying to figure out something I did 2 years ago. With something I never use. But right now, could be useful. Yeah, okay. Or did everything had to be a single subtool? Ooh. Don't like that if it does. How to instance ZBrush instance Z tools. We will get there in the end. Hey, how I do this exact thing that people ask me to. Here's a link, just watch it. Just explain what happens, man. Yeah. You're still using the cubes. Okay, now you're using something else. Okay, how did you do that? Hmm. Okay, you know what? I don't care anymore. Just pick these eyes and just append them to this scene. The C tool. Yeah, imagine waking up in the middle of the night and seeing that. Just staring at you. Just doing nothing, just only staring. Just floating in space. I think this will help me a lot more with this little guy. Symmetry. I will figure out how to deal with the asymmetry a little bit later. Let's go for that mouth of his. No, I want this one. Yes. Yep. Into here. Mouth. Yep. Yeah, he has to open his mouth still, doesn't he? So let's insert that skull as well. So we have, well, let's not. Let's just guess by doing this. Turn off all his muscles. There. Something like that. And I will just mirror and weld again. So nice symmetrical. That will save me a lot of time. Oh, let's just make a new nose. Kind of know what we need to make now, so that's good. Feels wrong still. Oh dear, it's a tricky one. Why is it so tricky? Okay, let's use that color for the nose, for the cartilage. And let's just continue working on the rest. There will be one muscle that goes from all the way here to the corner of your eye to pretty much the nostril. It's the one that lifts it. That lifts your nostril. So we kind of see which one it is over here. Maybe a different one. Okay. That one will be the number 13. Lavator labiae superioris. Just so you know. It lifts the lip superiorly. Let's do it in there and then we just see how the shape goes. Bum, bum, bum. What if I use a curved tube? Curve modifiers. Just there. From there to there. Nope. From there to there. No, come on. There. Okay. Split. Hey. Oh, splitted it. There. Guess we should go over there. And if we go to Mr. King's lines, the tool we need there, not texture. 3D model that nicely shows where it goes. I was looking at this guy. After labia superioris, yes. Ah, that doesn't go to the nose, it goes to the lip. It says labia. Of course it does. I knew that. I'm just stupid. Nope. This one, yes. It goes around your nostril though. Yes. Wells. Okay. Which ones do we have as well? We've got number 1. Where's number 1? There's a muscle underneath the muscle that we already have. After labia superioris, wait. Then again? Oh. I get it now. It's you when you see some chicken tendies. It's just big eyes. Drooling almost. Nah. Yeah, they are good, aren't they? Always too few of them. Just eat the entire box and okay, yeah. I could eat another box of those. That's a completely reasonable thing to think. Let's get rid of these real quick. There's some nice images, but they're all not really all the same, but everything is kind of smooshed together to one image. I did the Yokalai, yes. Then he goes to the brow muscle, frontalis. Yeah, let's make that one. Just go page by page on this book. And at least I know I'm not forgetting some. Yeah, sure. That's good. Good enough. Does it say over here where the frontalis kind of attaches to the head? Would it be over there, or over there, or over there, or there? Mr. Gray maybe knows. The index at the back. Facial artery, no. Frontalis. Frontalis muscle. Hey, there you go. Number 300. Page 300. So many pages. Yeah, the pictures in this book are not of great quality. It's like a photocopy of something that was a lot better, black and white photocopy, so everything is kind of very black. You can't really see anything, what's going on there. But they do really tell you, or at least Gray really tells you exactly where everything is located. Mm-hmm. And now it does indeed talk about the frontalis, but there's not really a chapter dedicated to it. Great. Mm-hmm. Can't find it. Well, I probably can, but I'll have to read for like 20 minutes on a single page, and I don't want to do it during the stream. So we know it's there on page 300, but let's just make it like this, and future me will deal with it. What's happening there? What's this? This is for the whatchamacallit? Temporalis. So let's not put the frontalis there. Got auto-modded twice per stream. Oh dear. Even labia is modded. It's just Latin for lips. Come on guys, we're doing art here. Not too difficult. the autumn modder. I'm meaning that. I'm telling them to the auto mod. But yeah, really. There's also quite a lot of sphincters in your entire body. I put that out of the way as well. Not just the one, you got a whole bunch of them. Your entire intestine tract is built out of sphincters. Beginning to end. Even your eyes as well, the ones that we made here. Are, well, here they're kind of in separate pieces, so it's a bit difficult to see. But your mouth, that's a sphincter as well. Your eyes are one. Or two even. No. We don't have anything special set up for banning. It's just the default one. So you know, do with what you will. But if it was up to me and Mike, then you wouldn't get that auto ban. We even got kicked once because of a butt that Mike made was just too good. And like, oh no, that's a butt without pants. You're not allowed to have that. And it's just a sculpt. It's from the David. Frontalis is really small. Well. It is what it is. Ah, come on. There. Such a weird little guy that we're making. Bum 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 bum. Flawless, yes. Got all the nose parts, yes. There's some muscle that goes from there to there, but we don't really see that right now on this guy. Do have one that goes from here to there. Let's make it a bit smaller. There. Yep. And it should be a bit thinner there and a bit wider there. They shouldn't intersect with each other. They do attach from one side to the other. Okay. Something like that. $10, $11, $14. $10 and $11 are the same, aren't they? The Zygomaticus major and minor. Are they attached to the same one? What does Mr. Kingsley says? King's line. Keep saying it wrong. Zygomatic minor. Zygomatic major. Okay, it's just drawn weird in this guy. Oh, now I see. Yeah, okay. Okay, just make that one. Bend that one. Yep. Bit. Okay, and now that major one, that would be that one. So it goes from this cheekbone, let's say over here. Oh, it should be going from over here, shouldn't it? Wrong buttons. That place right over here. Got the socket of the eye. Then you got those little guys over here. There should be these. It's on a slightly different spot on this guy. And then we got this bend. Almost there's nothing here, but then these are attached. I think over here. It's attached there. Okay. I have decided. I just duplicate these and let's go there. Rotate them. And it's attached a little bit above the lip there. Aren't we, Kingsline? Almost at the corner of the mouth here. Okay, okay. There. Maybe I have to move the corner of the mouth up a bit. There. What if I make those eyes a bit smaller? Will that help me? Hey Guardia, how you doing? Welcome. I'm struggling right now with the anatomy of a Squirrel Monkey. Which is a project me and a friend of mine are doing. He's sick today, unfortunately, so it's just me. And I've made this skeleton of this guy. Just show you real quick. There's my boy. And since he's plucking something from another tree or something like that. And now that I have the now that I've made all the bones, I have to make the skeleton. And then I've made the skeleton. I have to make the muscles. There, still know how to talk. It's a bit more of a cumbersome exercise than initially thought it would have been, but you know, it's how it goes. It's how it goes. How are you doing? What brings you here? I don't like it. I don't like what I'm making at all. Why? If only there was reference for this guy, but there's not too much. Let me just play with those eyes, just because we can. Let's undo those a bit to where we were. Yeah. There. Good. Duplicate those. Go back to Kingsline. Just focus on that. I know it's a human eye, but can we make it red? Sheer chance. Oh, that was red. Does it matter? No, not at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Ah, look at that. I wanted to stop at 5, so. Let me just play with those eyes, maybe I can make them a bit less alien looking if you do these a bit properly. It's like mid-sneeze right now. I think those will be good enough, but what about these? A bit more brow. Struggles of being one of the first to make a muscle model out of a squirrel monkey. It's fun, it's a cool challenge, but there's zero reference, which I always use. And there is, of course, you know, human anatomy and things like that, but those are not completely this guy. Can use it for a lot of things. Definitely not completely without any reference. But just for a couple of things, like for instance the face. That would have been great. How to make it look like a squirrel monkey. That nose is bothering me so much. Think that, you know, in my reference, the head of those monkeys, it looked quite round, mostly because of all the fluff that's around it, the small round head that they have, and I don't have any fluff, so maybe that's why it's looking so alien as well. At least it doesn't really help with finding the difference if mine has a completely different shape than what they have. do that. I'm not really convincing myself yet. Maybe that will come later. Let's do this, and then we got that one. those. Is this the buccinator? Yeah. Let's do a buccinator. Still keeping the shapes quite simple. Just so if I need to change them, it wouldn't be that much of a problem. Nope. There. I do hope that when I've done the face that that would have been the difficult part. Then after that it should only be the tedious part. The rest of the body. Just making that that head look like a squirrel monkey is it's what messing with me at the moment. Deep sigh. Okay, got our buccinator, and now let's make the mass eater. This guy. I feel like it goes all the way over there. Goes a little bit through it. That's a bit of an odd one. Where's my head? There he is. It seems like he's going he's getting attached somewhere else. This guy. So many pieces of reference and all of them are different. Yeah, that one's just attached there. Okay, cool. Here's a little this fossa right here on the bone. It's usually where muscle is attached to. There's a lot more grip to attach themselves to the bone. So that's one of the places where we definitely know that muscle is attached to. This absolutely is far from being 100% accurate, but things like that can help me. Also doing my best to make them as straight as possible. Bones don't really bend on their own unless there is something below them and it needs to go over. Okay, now that we have the mass eater as well, let's make the whatchamacallits, these guys. Risorius. Oh, that's a good name. Yeah. Already done that. Cool, already duplicated them. Actually, the Risorius is a muscle that is attached to another muscle. Two of them even. It's not really attached to bone. Mm-hmm. Ugh, funny. Creepy little guy that I'm making. That one. We got 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 that one. And we even got that one. Got this one. And we got those. Let's make the templares. Those are quite big on this guy. Shall I really use those? Sure, why not? What's the worst that could happen? This one is pretty big. There's that extra ridge that we don't have on the skull. And I'm just gonna assume that that's where the temporalaris has some extra crabby holy bits. I know that some animals like gorillas, for instance, have a big crest on their skull. And that's just purely so that this muscle has more attachment points, so it can pull a lot more and close the jaw with a lot more force. And since these guys also eat a lot of fruit and some insects, have to chomp really hard as well sometimes. So I think that's why that ridge is there. Not 100% sure if I did that correctly, but I will just use it as it is right now, because I haven't found a source where that gave me a counter argument for this. So like, well, actually, this and this and this. Like, well, if there is, let me know. I will change it. But until then, I will just keep doing what I think is correct. Far from 100% sure. How long will you be polyparting for? About 45 minutes. And then it will be off to bed. Had a long day today. I'm happy to have noodled at least a little bit. Even though it's so ugly looking. Ugh, look at him. What if we just make him smile a bit? Will that help me? Yay. Not really. He is happier though. Still ugly, but happy. He looks happy now. He got some more flesh. Yeah. Slowly but surely, he will be a little bit more lively. You think skeletons will be cold? Do they have chills running down their spine? You know, besides needing muscles to walk, right? Just if you had a fantasy skeleton just walking around as they do through a dungeon, would they be chilly? Does that help? You know what? Let's just make them a bit... Give those a bit more volume. Hello, Hegators. The elk isn't here today. No, Mike partied a little bit too hard and now he's sick. He had a party with his friend. And it was really fun, apparently. But, yeah. He forgot he's in his 30s now. Yeah. We got a cool challenge already picked out. Well, at least yesterday. I rolled the dice for today's challenge. And then I heard he was sick. So, yeah. No Mike today. He tried to get on. He did his best, but like, yeah, no. It's... And you're sick, and it's your birthday today as well. Otherwise, it would have been a birthday stream. But like, nah, they just stay in bed, sick it out, sweat it out, whatever you need to do. But just noodle in here. He looks so weird right now. Will he look even more weird if I add in some ears? Who knows? Who knows? Let's find out. No, come on. Don't even know how they look. They're so fluffy. I know it should be there. That I do know. Yeah. It's too big. Hmm? No, local symmetry off. Mirror weld. I'm not sure this helped. Nope. Not sure this helped. Let's continue with the ones on the chin, like the. Let's do this one. Mentalis. It's weird that something mentally is on the chin, right? Okay. There. 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 Okay. Cool. Let's just steal the nose. It's already in the middle. Seems to be attached to 2 points, like it splits. Does this also show that? So much more images on how to make those muscles. That's something for Thursday though. First gonna lay the base. So many muscles. I feel like I have to redo them. So many tiny ones as well. But I'm a little bit focused right now on how he will look in the end. Then base everything off that. He doesn't look like a monkey. Like, we didn't even do a good job then. Some more going to the hyoid that I still haven't made. Alright, fine. By the way, temple artist doesn't stop there. It really goes into here, this corner, the crevice. I stopped because of the eye over there. But no, it does go all the way over there. Good to know. Makes him so much bigger. That one goes, I think, to the bottom there. Yeah. Yeah. Cheap viewers? No, we already have cheap viewers. And they're great. Alright, let's give it a bit more volume. Alright, that wasn't what I was looking for, but got some a bit closer to something else. That's good. This one, the mass eater, is this one over here. The anterior part of the facial crest and cranial ridge of the zygomatic bone. Right? It's right there. Right there. And at the back, the posterior part and the caudal surface of the zygomatic bone. This really goes from all the way up here to all the way over there. So I have to make them way bigger. Yep. You there. Go away. For now. And then it goes, well, let me just paint that on so you guys can see. Yep. Really take this part over there and over here. Goes there and there. And almost like this bit. Pretty much all of that will be mass eater. You know what would be amazing? The mass eater. Almost. Well, let me just put that in Twitch. Mass eater. There, that one. Let's post it in the YouTubes as well, so you know what I'm talking about. You know what would be great? And there's probably a function for that I've just never used in all those years. To make a mask here. And for instance a mask there, and it would just bridge in between those two. That would be amazing to have for this specific, not even the muscle, but the entire project. Can I bridge? Just let us just look it up for next time, maybe. ZBrush bridging between masks. Learn how to type? Thank you. I'm gonna bridge two objects together. Keeping UVs in... No. Coca-Cola tried something just for that. The slime bridge is kind of does that. Though it's random. Is that one of the newer ones from 24, sorry? Or is that something has been in there for a long time? The Zbrush 2023 Slime Bridge, quick start. Is it in 2022? It's a bit newer than 2022. Ah, dang it. what I could maybe do, because I can bridge between polygons, right? Just as an experiment. I know that the mass eater now needs to be changed, but let me just paint that in there. Mass eater goes over there. Make a duplicate of that head. Merge that. Keep groups. Yeah, sure. That would be good. What you could do, create two meshes with open ends and then use the bridge. I was going to try that, yeah. Or you can bridge mask. But you're not sure. Has to do with Dynamesh. Yeah, that would have been a great option to have to mask between those bridges, but let's see if we can do this. Okay, delete hidden. It would probably be a mess because this doesn't have the same amount of polygons as this, so I'm not sure if I can do that. Bridge. Don't think this will work. Will it? Nope. And let's look in Dynamesh. Because I don't think I can bridge those faces. Twice? That one? To that one. That I can do. So what if each of them was one polygon? Which it can't be, because then it would just lose its shape completely. It would be great if I can keep that. Geometry. Dynamesh. Maybe there's a plugin or something that someone made, but I wasn't able to find it in my quick search. Rich planar fill. Ooh. What is that? Do you guys have a Discord? Yes, we do. There's a link tree in the bottom. Linktree / Polyparty Show. And has a link to our Discord in there as well. We usually have a weekly challenge going on as well, which would be the Tuesday for us to make that. But since Mike isn't here, I'm just doing this. And Tuesdays is usually our anatomy day. And if you got tips, post them there in the help in one of the channels, either help and feedback or the resources one. If you just want to show off, we've got our show and tell, just off-topic things. We have a channel for that as well. Cool resources, music, things like that. Hey, Coca-Cola. Hey, there you go. Hello, hello. I will look at that later. But it would be cool to have that, wouldn't it? Yeah, so let's delete this. We don't need this anymore. The very first assignment that we had to do for anatomy at school, that was similar to this, just with a human body. And had to make these bones with NURBs, or just NURB cylinders. And you know what? Those were a good choice to make this from. Could very easily just bridge between two curves to just create that exact shape that we needed to have. Everyone hated using NURBs. They are a little bit odd, but they have their uses. I feel like the Templara should be even bigger, but that could be just me. Ugh, that's way too big. I don't think that's too bad. There's a couple of other muscles there as well. Oh man, I want to make all of them. But the shape of his face, that's the one that's bothering me. I will probably be annoyed with this on Thursday as well. But, you know, it's how it goes. It's a lot better than what it was on Thursday last week, so that's good. A bit closer. How long did it take you to do the skeletal structure? That is a good question. Let me just quickly look that up. Because all of it is on YouTube. Let me just look at my videos. Did a little bit on in my own time as well. Let's go scroll down. The anatomy project, a new long-term project. Okay, so that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, that's 6, that's 7, that's 8, that's 9, that's 10, 11, 12. 12 times 3 hours, so that's 36. Did some of my own. Let's say at 40 hours. Somewhere between 40 and 50. Just as a guesstimate. Are the defaults from alpha maps or clay buildup? Clay buildup. Everything is made with clay buildup. a move tool and damn standard. Everything is sculpted. So if you go to a little guy over here, so you can see him as all his little glory. That's his whole lot of work. I'm not convinced yet about his shoulders and the shoulder blades. So if it looks odd to you, that's because it is. Yeah. But yeah, it's just a lot of noodling around, just to get a little bit of texture here and there. You know, not everything has the same amount of detail. There's a lot going on in his face. Just lost a lot of time. It was fun to noodle there. But the rest of his body has a bit less, but still probably too much for if I'm going to cover it up with muscles. But it was fun to do. Still counts, right? Yeah. It's a cheeky monkey. Yes, he has a little bit of cheek right now. The slightest of cheek. He will get more cheek, but that's not a part of his body. Well, not too much though. They're very thin little guys. Coca-Cola says the scapular area is probably one of the most difficult areas because of the movement. Yes, definitely. Personally, I have difficulty understanding the biomechanics of the shoulder girdle. Come on, shoulder girdle. There, I can do that. Shoulder girdle. And the humorous. Blah 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 blah. I know what it said, but somewhere between here and my mouth, something messed up. Shoulder girdle. Come on. I learned something my body can do. Shoulder girdle. There. Okay, I can do it. What happens when you're a foreigner. Something like that? I don't know. It feels like it should be just one shape. If I see those little guys. So maybe if I just do this a bit more. Mask. Because they're a little bit curled, there should be a bit more volume over here. But yeah, it's also the tricky part with these that they don't seem to be attached to anything, so I don't have a reference point. So they're just floating there in mid-space, and I have no idea if they should be further back or forward, up or down, rotated, or anything like that. It's a tricky one. And they're so different from ours shape-wise that I can't really use those as a reference either. They should glide along the thorax, yeah, that's for sure, yeah. All the, well, all of them, I say. But I've seen a couple of reference images of the taxidermied ones, the skeletons one. And also there, the shoulder blades go all over the place. So, on mine, they're all over the place as well. Because of it. Yeah, I think I will... You know what? I think, now that I'm looking at it... Are those the same? No, they're different. They should be going there. Something like that. Oh no. No one saw that. Okay. Maybe they're a little bit too big if I want to place them there. That should be rotated as well. Something like that then. Yeah. Yeah, it's closer, I think, but it definitely needs more work, especially since the shape is now you know, intersecting with the rest of the body. Needs to be rotated. This needs to be going in that direction. Kudos to me. Ah, thank you. The scapular rotation is difficult to understand, at least for me. For me as well. You just saw how they looked, so it's yeah. It just had a closer look at the reference. That's it. Just took the average of all the scapulas that I'm seeing. So it's, yeah, something like this. Big question mark. Everything is very potato quality, so yeah, just a lot of guesswork. So maybe that, more in that direction, and then it should be probably a bit less large. So a bit more like that as well. I just move that around. Something like that. And that would also change the position of the arms and things like that. So that's, you know, that's a good thing that I already knew last week that I wanted to change those. So the scrungly bunglies are very complicated. Yes, that's for sure. Yeah, because especially if they're connected to scrinkles and scrungles. Then you have to think about the elevation, depression, protraction, retraction. Yeah, it's all of them. Because also the position of the arm also changes where this scapula. It's just a lot of guesswork, really. and I can try and feel my own, because that's the benefit of being skinny. One of them, you can feel my own bones and kind of figure out how they move, but it's just out of reach to do that properly. Can't see anything, so it's the humerus rotates as the arm goes up, and that one was remember brain. Yeah, and also the ulnar arm radius. I haven't really changed them yet. I just modeled them and then put the hand there. But this one should be different from this one over there, if not slightly. Just the rotation of them. So I have to do that as well. Luckily, not that much of a deal for this tibia and fibula. So I'm lucky that those are quite stationary compared to the rest of the arms. There's my little boy. The monkey model looks nice. Thank you. I'm happy. Every time I switch back, you're like, oh yeah, okay, it's a bit better. But it's difficult to make the skull correct if you don't know what shape it will have at the end. And since I'm basing everything off of that, the skull shape itself, if that one is wrong, then the entire monkey will be wrong as well. So that could be my problem as well. I think it's mostly just a skill issue with the muscles at the moment, and just making a face look like a face. Yeah, you might have to readjust every muscle if in the end it doesn't look right. Yeah, and that will mostly be the case with the face. The rest of the body will probably look fine. Yeah, that's kind of why in the beginning of the stream I tried to make a... where's the gun? Oh wait, it's right over here, isn't it? Bit of a sculpt over on where it should be, but I wasn't able to use it at the end either. It looks very gorilla-like right now. I'm going to do mostly the surface level anatomy. Yeah. If it's visible, that if there's a muscle that usually isn't visible and it is visible now because of the position that he's in, then I will make those. Also at the other side. But having to do all of them will be a tedious task, especially around the spine. And everything between the ribs as well. Nah. I am not sure yet how I will do the tail though. Because that will be, you know, very educational. Because I have no idea how a tail would work. I would think there will be a muscle attached here and then there. From one bone to the other. I do it over there as well. And then the other. Just keep going and keep going. But, yeah. Usually those are portrayed as just a fleshy tube in a lot of anatomy pictures that I was able to find. Just of cats and dogs as well, right? Just I did anything. But yeah, that I found one side where it was pretty. They had slices as well. From going from the hips, going all the way to the tail. So that will be helpful. But I'm not really sure when or where they are to connect it. Do they go every muscle? Do they just skip every little joint, or did you go 2 of them, each of them? Maybe similar to a finger. No, not really. That I do know. Because the finger will go... Let's go over here. Yes. Basically, there's just a tendon that goes from, you know, the muscles that you have in your lower arm, all the way from over here. And then you just have a tendon that goes all the way across your hand as just one single tendon. Just a string that you pull, right? And on the other side as well, so you can stretch them. This is the stretchy one, by the way. So that, but the tail, especially because this one is prehensile or almost prehensile, semi-prehensile, it can move. So these will have muscles in them. Yes, the extensor and flexor digitorum, exactly. So yeah, the fingers will be a string that's attached, a singular string that's attached to a couple of places, and these will be several muscles connected to a different bit. It's just the little bit that I know of the tail. That's still don't know how I attach them to them, but yeah, that's pretty fun. It's almost time, by the way. It's pretty much time. It's my little boy, what I was able to do today. And let me just get my reference out of the way. Just make some screenshots for myself. And where did we start? Just to have a little bit of hopefully a motivation boost. Not in the quickies folder. No. Anatomy project. Yes, that's the one. And number 19, load. Yes. You know, well. This, yeah, I don't know what I was expecting. There wasn't a lot. Where did I start today? Yeah, I don't have that either. Well, okay, let's go back to this guy. I will play with this on Thursday as well. Just again with the head. There's so much going on to make it look like a little monkey. And a lot of it will also be just the fur that I will be missing in this entire project. So, yeah, he could look completely alien just for the rest of the project. But yeah, definitely not done with the face, 100%. I tried to add some of the muscles in there very quickly, so maybe that will help. I don't really like how I did those, because I did spend a lot of time on the skull itself, and all the other bones. They have to have as much of the fossas and the ridges in there, and then just to make a little sausage like this, put it there. It doesn't do it justice, I feel. It's a bit of a shame of all the effort that I put in there. So I will do those again properly. And then, yeah, that. But I think I will do that after I figured out the shape of his face. So yeah, that. I will save this little guy. And then we had 0, 1. Yes, let's do that. Save. And I will go to bed because it's late over here and I have to work tomorrow. But thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for being in the chat and asking questions. It's very nice. Thank you for hanging out with me. And I will be back on Thursday, same time. And we'll just continue on this. So thank you very much. And yeah, see you until then. Goodbye.